Hey guys, what's up? It's Deniz from Deniz World of Bodybuilding. Today I want to talk about the reigning and defending Mr. Olympia, Brendan Curry, the Mr. Olympia of last year's Olympia, the 2019 Mr. Olympia. And before going into the 2020 Mr. Olympia, and before comparing the current Mr. Olympia next to the other top guys, I just wanted to check the physique of the current Mr. Olympia based on his last Olympia appearance. That means the Olympia where he won the title 2019, and just check his strengths and his flaws. So let's just start. I'm very interested in checking that, and I want to see and hear your opinion about this. Okay, when I just check Brendan just standing there still, he looks from the front, he looks pretty good, I would say. He looks pretty good, especially his upper body, his legs, his full arms, his abs, small waist. No big flaws there that jump directly into your eyes in that just standing still pose. Now the front double biceps is one of his signature poses, I would say. Because he was known for having great arms even into his amateur days, even into the times where he won his pro card. So the front double bicep pose is a great pose for Brendan Curry. But I would say in this pose you see that he lacks in deep separation in his legs. So his legs were once a weak point. Now they look pretty solid, okay? They look pretty good. They definitely improved dramatically. But still they got big, but they don't have that deep separations like, for example, what Kai had, you know. So just telling that and seeing that, you see that his upper body still is a little superior to his lower body, I would say. Then from the side, this is also just standing still. He's just breathing out, so I would not say that he has a distended gut. Checking those pictures and we will see it, I think that he just, he really has his gut under control, which is great. So this is a pose like, I would say, the Kevin Levrone pose. Again, his upper body looks amazing. In this pose, his legs looks pretty solid too, because of his hamstrings, who have a great, you see like his legs biceps, you see that he has mass in there, and he definitely built up his upper body to match his to more and more match his he built up his lower body to match his upper body. Now you see his calves a little, and just going through the pictures you will see that his calves need improvement, but we all know that calves are very limited by genetics. Most of the times either you have them or you don't have them. There are amazing bodybuilders who lacked in calves, like Dennis Wolf and Dexter Jackson. So, but just his upper body, amazing. His side leg pose is solid, but not, I would not say like unbeatable. Now again, side chest, here you see his amazing strength of his upper body. Big chest, full arms, striations, veins, quality, I would say, in his upper body pose. He remembers me a little bit even of Kevin Levrone from the upper body, because he also looked amazingly huge in that pose. Again, his legs from the mass, they are good from the separation. It's just not, it's definitely something where he can improve. Let's put it that way. And also keep in mind that we're talking about Mr. Olympia, If you would be a regular dude competing in a regular show, the standards to judge him would be, of course, different. Now, having in mind from the front, Brendan looks absolutely great, but I would say from the back, when I see Brendan from the back, then sorry, I don't see him as Olympia. That's my 2 cents. I know I maybe get hate from you guys, but I don't see him as Olympia. His glutes are okay, but not amazingly striated. His legs, they definitely they lack in details. You don't see details in his hams. His calves are average, you know. His back shot is okay, but not that amazing, not that detailed, not that deep. You know, his Christmas tree is there is no Christmas for Brandon Curry in that shot. The funny thing is that the Olympia this year is during, you know, around the Christmas time, so I hope that all those top guys do have a Christmas tree, because what's Christmas without a Christmas tree? So his lat spread is pretty solid, but the width of his legs, the width is also improvable. I'm pretty sure that he made improvements for this year's Olympia, but that's a good, you know, from the upper side, that's a good shot. Again, legs first, leg in conditioning and in details. That's like more muscle maturity, more deep, and a little more mass to support that. So again, the side triceps, he looks pretty classical in that, you know, he looks aesthetic, and that's, I think, what the people, you don't see any gut that's sticking around where it's like this, you know, where you think like, is it 6 or 8 months pregnant? It's not that case with Brandon. I think that's a huge plus for him, you know. They don't want, Brandon is an aesthetic guy, you know. When you check the pictures of him when he was young, he always looked very aesthetic. So I think the Olympia dudes, because of years of constructive criticism and also hate, yeah, from people who are hating on the stunted guts. You all know that Phil Heath lost his title because of the distended gut, because other than that you look great. Now with Brandon, they do have a guy that has it completely under control and who also supports today's standards of looking aesthetic and massive. Not only massive, not only aesthetic, but the maximum of aestheticness and mass. So that's okay. I have to limit myself a little bit in my words, because like I said, in this video I will just talk about the defending Olympian guy, Brandon. In the next video, subscribe to my channel. I will talk also about the other competitors with his weaknesses and strengths, which athlete could beat him, which athlete could not maybe beat him, and things like that. So that will be interesting. Again, this is a great pose for him, like the most muscular, not the crap one, which, you know, Jay Cutler loved to do, and which we will see. Here again, Brandon looks amazing. You see his abs. You see that he doesn't have a refrigerator waist like Ronnie and Jay did. Sorry guys, you're legends. Okay. You see that his legs are again, they are maybe, they are improvable. Definitely they're improvable. I would say like more the detail, more the muscle maturity, more the quality than the size. I think in the last few years in Kuwait he really improved his lacking legs and overall his size. Now he has to also, or even more concentrate on the details, because I would say as a Mr. Olympia you have to look flawless for your own standards. Of course everybody has his weaknesses. The funny thing is that when I checked his abs and thighs pose, his abs were not very deep. So although they look pretty good, they are not very, he doesn't have like deep abs like Ronnie Coleman had, where you could put pennies into it and you would not see the pennies. That here you see that he probably could not do a vacuum pose, which is also not unusual for IFBB men's open guys. And also in this pose, I would say this is a weak pose for Brandon, because just my honest opinion, in this pose he definitely doesn't look like a Mr. Olympia for me. Definitely not. It's not a good pose. Okay, then this, to end everything, this is a great pose. This is like the Jay Cutler most muscular. I see Jay when I see this. That means pretty good, looking pretty good. You see details in his shoulders. You see a great neck, shoulders, biceps. arms overall. You see big legs here in this pose. Of course, it's not a huge focus on the details. He tries to also show his calves, but you see from the front and from the back that his calves are also not Mr. Olympia calves, but also Dexter's weren't. Okay, so we checked some of the mandatory poses for Brandon Curry. I hope you enjoyed it greatly, and give it a thumb up if you liked it. I just wanted to try this out, just comparing, analyzing his mandatory poses before going into the race, before going into the other competitors. My summary is that although he looks great, for me, he doesn't look like a guy where I put my signature on the paper where it says unbeatable. Okay, that's my honest opinion. There were guys in the past like Dexter Jackson who won the title one time because Jay Cutler was not in his, Jay Cutler was not the Jay he used to be, so he won it one time. The next year he gained it back. So this could be just an Olympia where Brandon won it because Phil Heath had the distended gut and stuff. But we will just see. We will just see. I think he knows that. I think he puts pressure on that. I think it will be very, very interesting this year. So subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye.